Now, my favorite, one of my friends calls it the People's Republic of California. Now, one of my favorite tools of the day is Get Satisfaction. This is just awesome. This product allows you to engage your customers in supporting themselves. And 70,000 companies, B2B and B2C, use this. Let me show you how it works. By the way, I know you guys don't have Zappos anymore here in Canada, but we still have Zappos in the US. It's an Amazon company that sells shoes over the internet. And you'd think that was the one thing you couldn't sell over the internet, but boy, Zappos is pretty unbelievable. In fact, they are legendary for their customer service. Companies measure customer service, a lot of them do, using something called NPS, Net Promoter Score. I won't explain the details of Net Promoter Score except to say, if your Net Promoter Score works out around 0, you might be normal for your industry. You don't really have a lot of net promoters. Your promoters and detractors sort of equal out. Best in class in most industries for NPS would be somewhere around 30 to 40. Zappos is at 90. I've never seen a company as high, with customers as enthusiastic as theirs. And their CEO says this. His name is Tony Hsieh. We use GetSat, the product I'm about to show you, because a lot of our approach to making people happy with timely human customer service is already baked in. So, hey, if this works for Zappos, perhaps the most admired customer service company on the planet, well, probably going to work for any of us. And I started using this in 2007. So, my team built something called TalkShoe. TalkShoe allows anyone to record their own live podcast, stream it on the internet, put it into iTunes. Now, 2 million people a month are using TalkShoe, and some of them click Help, and they land on the page that you're looking at. And if these 5 videos in step A don't get them going, then they go on to step B. If you've got a question, want to share an idea, report a problem, click, type it right there in that box. Everything I'm about to show you in the yellow box comes from GetSat. So it's a little line of code that you snap into your website and you sign up for their service, which is going to cost you about $500 a month, but then watch what happens. As people start to type their question, how do I, and they have the first letter D, it's suggesting questions to which it already has answers based on past customer support interactions. So if I shortcut to how do I delete, it then says, hey, are any of these 5 topics helpful? And yes, number 2, I'm looking to delete a recording. So if I click how to delete a recording, GetSat now presents the answer. How to delete a recording that was written 10 months ago. To delete a recording, go to your show page, click the update button, etc. The thing is, as soon as there's a customer support interaction that creates new information, new knowledge, into the system it goes, and now you start to get reuse over and over again. So you don't have to answer the same customer support question twice. And that's not the cool part. The cool part is the guy who wrote it, Dr. Robert White, doesn't work for me. He is a customer, but you know what? Customers have knowledge. Customers like to share knowledge. In fact, they like to share knowledge for one of 2 reasons. And I don't care which one, I'm getting free labor. Number 1, they like to show how smart they are, what they know. I suspect with the doctor title and this whole thing going with the finger in the face, that's his driver, right? Or they like to be helpful. Maybe that's him, I don't know. I don't care. I'm getting free labor. So, we look at what Dr. White wrote as the answer, and we then mark the answer as correct. And it then becomes part of the database. Or we chuck it from the database, or we fix it. Now, 7 months go by. Everybody apparently got satisfaction with that answer. And then comes Renee. Dr. White, I followed your directions. I don't see the delete button at all. It says I have an interview going on right now that I don't. I'm very confused. Please help. Thank you. Now, notice they are separated in time, geographically who knows where, but 7 months in time. And notice the sense of connection that we get out of this crazy database. You know, it's weird how a database could make you feel connected to other people, but I want to point out that Facebook is a database, Google Plus is a database, LinkedIn is a database. So now the answer to this question from Renee is complicated enough. My team has to answer it. But that's 1 time out of 10. So on average, companies that pick up this product, because of the reuse of answers and customers answering for each other, 89% reduction in support load, increased sense of community, higher measured customer satisfaction scores. That sense of community. Dr. White, I followed your directions. So you can see why this is my favorite product of the day. The ROI is unbelievable. $500 investment could potentially save you many headcount in support and get better results. What's not to love?